Good to see you here tonight. Good to see you here. So, tonight's going to be a very special broadcast. It's going to be very unique. And when you watch my channel, you're always going to be right on the top of the news and top of the events. This is going to be something special because something crazy is going on. Something crazy is going on. And you're going to hear a little bit of the story of this, but just to get it as a summary for you so you understand the seriousness of what I'm talking about, my friends, someone is trying to put in the Great Chinese Firewall in the United States. We are now getting the Great Chinese Zucking Firewall in the United States, and I'll tell you all the details of this. And it's like it is so upsetting. It is so upsetting. I've had very little sleep the last week trying to deal with this. And this is about the biggest thing that's ever happened. It's probably the biggest. Not sure what's bigger than this. So this is like, you already saw how big tech can take advantage of us and attack us. Well, unfortunately, it's not just the MAGA FT big tech. There's other big tech around. And they are now the ones making the move. And this is like super, super crazy. So I'll tell you the whole story. And just how this started and then what the conclusion is. I'm going to be on the down low here as far as what I say about all this, because it's still right in the middle of it. And it's still happening right now. And I'm dealing with it right now. And I'm going to make another video I make the videos on Tuesday for next Thursday. So I'm going to make a video and explain this in a great more detail with my points. But at the moment, this is like super, super, super crazy. So if you think that this is going to be a boring broadcast, I'm telling you right now, it is not going to be boring. So don't leave. And this video, by the way, is sponsored by Linode. Where's my Linode label? There's Linode. And if you use a Linode server, you can put the link Rob Braxman as shown in that label there, the pick, and you will get a $100 credit which you can apply for up to 2 months to your subscription. So if you want to try out a cloud server Linode, then you can use that and apply that to your subscription. So anyway, guys, this is a kind of a crazy event. So I made my video early this week, and I released it on Thursday. And what's the topic of my video? My video was about VPNs and routers. Okay? So about VPNs and routers. So I was expecting a lot of people to check out VPNs and routers. So, and I'm sure they did. They came to Braxme and checked out VPNs and routers. And just as I did that, starting on February 1, the date is extremely interesting here. The choice of the date is interesting here. Starting on February 1, someone on the internet started throttling VPNs. Someone on the internet started to throttle VPNs. And everyone started complaining to me and saying, why is your VPN so slow? It wasn't slow the week before. Suddenly it went from fast to slow overnight. And it happened starting late February 1. And I've been scrambling. A lot of my servers are in Linode. I have to tell you that I started to blame Linode. So I actually, talked to the Linode people and said, what's wrong with your network? Why are my clients getting slowed down here? Servers running fine, everything's fine, servers aren't stressed. I had so many servers, And all of them were performing the same way everywhere in the United States. The only ones that were performing better were the ones outside of the U.S. Everything in the U.S. was performing extremely badly. I'm talking, like 5 megabits per second instead of the usual, 60 to 100. 5 megabits, and the upload was like often 0. So your computer was unresponsive. So a lot of people, of course, got mad at me because they said, what's wrong with your VPN? What's wrong with your VPN? You have bad service. And several of you asked for a refund. Okay, and I give you a refund. So whoever wants a refund, you can get a refund. So anyway, I was dealing with this. What the hell is going on? Some people said, you're running a scam. You got us to get a VPN, and then your VPN is a scam. It doesn't work. And it was like, it's like, it was fine just the week before. This just went crazy, and I didn't know what was going on. And we did all the kinds of testing we can do on the network. We tried actually watching the traffic between servers. They were very fast. Between AWS and the servers, we watched. We did something called MTR, which is a multi-trace route, and then we found some down routers along the way, and we said maybe that's it because it was slowing down, but it was just too massive. And then I started blaming Linode, and they had, they escalated it to network operations, and they started looking at it, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong. And I said, that's it. I've had enough, because I'm losing clients from this. So I said, bye-bye, Linode. I actually said that. Bye-bye, Linode. So I actually took my servers out, spent the next few days building servers in another ISP. Sleepless night after sleepless night. We did every single server in Linode. Then I went to which are a lot of servers, and then I started building new servers in a new ISP from scratch. And this was very difficult. And then I slept over the problem, and then I discovered a pattern. And the pattern is that somehow it only slows down when the traffic is specifically VPN related. Now let me tell you how VPNs work. By default, VPNs transmit on port 1194 UDP. That's the standard for VPNs. And goodness, guys, apparently UDP port 1194 was being actively throttled nationwide. So now wait a minute, guys. First I thought it was just maybe Charter Spectrum, which is my ISP here. I thought it was Charter Spectrum. Now, it could still be Charter Spectrum doing other things. But the thing is, it's nationwide. The entire U.S. They were throttling port 1194 UDP in the entire U.S. That means it was a backbone. A backbone. Who the heck runs a backbone? I can name you a few. AT&T. GTT.net, on and on and on. What the heck is going on? Someone decided, hey, we're going to block VPNs. We're going to block port 1194. So when I discovered this, I was like, what the zuck? It's about the craziest thing I've ever heard. Why would somebody at that level, backbone, decide to block VPNs? Now, we'll talk about some theories later on, but this, there's a bit of a conspiracy theory thing here, because the effect of this is basically just like zucking China. That's what China does. They block VPNs in China. This is something they do in China. Okay, so what do we have to do? So I said, how did I discover this? I discovered this by moving the port around. So now I said, okay, let's hide it with other traffic. So I put it in port 443 TCP, which is HTTPS. So it's mixed in with all the web traffic. Well, lo and behold, by a few hours into today, like in the afternoon of today, they started throttling 443 TCP for a VPN. I don't even know how they did that unless they do deep packet inspection, the kind of spying they do in China, in Saudi Arabia, and all these, countries where it's autocratic governments. They're doing deep ducking packet inspection of our packets here in the United States. Can't believe it. Cannot believe it that you would do deep packet inspection to block VPNs in the United States. This is just totally crazy. Now, conspiracy theory here, guys. The timing of this. Why did they start on February 1, right after the election? What's the timing of it? It's like, let's play it safe. We're going to do it here, right after the election when we know what's going to happen. Why do they do this on February 1? And they do this without any kind of announcement, and they said, we are going to block VPNs. Now, there's a lot of implications here. Why would you block a VPN? Why would you block a VPN? Okay, this is not even Tor. They could block Tor. They're blocking a VPN. Why the heck are they blocking a VPN? Are we in Saudi Arabia? Are we in China? My gosh. Someone has their fingers into the pot here in those big backbone ISPs, and they're blocking ports just like a ducking autocratic country. OMG. I cannot believe this. So now some of you are very mad at me, blaming me for non-performing VPNs. And it's not just me, and it's just by chance because we left it alone at the default of UDP 1194. Some VPNs do not use UDP 1194. So obviously I changed mine now too. So those VPNs not using port 1194 UDP, they were not affected. The rest of the VPNs who were on port 1194 UDP, we were all affected. So this is just crazy. So of course I moved it to port 443, where a lot of VPNs also are, and apparently they want to block that too. So they blocked the VPNs on port 443. So this is going to be a ducking cat and mouse game. Now we're going to get to hide. So I hid myself right now, but I don't know for how long before they start saying, oh, we're going to do deep packet inspection on every single ports. Fortunately, there are 65,000 ports. 65,536 ports. So if they want to go spy on traffic every millisecond for 65,536 ports, I guess they can go at it. That's going to be fun. They'll slow the network even more. Why in the heck are they doing this? I don't even know which company is doing it. Because it's global, or at least nationwide, I'm assuming it's a backbone. So it's because it's nationwide. It's a backbone. It's one of the big backbones. Guess what? One of the biggest backbones here, and the one that's connected to 3-letter agencies, guys. Let's tell you now how it is, because I don't want any mysteries here. One of these backbone companies is your friend AT&T. Let me tell you about AT&T. Okay. AT&T is a peering station. It's actually a backbone for most of the ISPs in America. So because all of the ISP send their traffic through AT&T, AT&T actually has the big routers at all these points, and they can actually observe traffic at, I believe, 8 peering stations all over the country. And from there, they actually watch everything you fucking say, including everything you say here in your comments here. And that now goes and gets filtered. And the filtered data goes to the National Zucking Agency. So they're already doing that. They're already spying on us like this is China. Now, this is what, I'm not making this up. This was in The Guardian many years back. So there's, press reports on this that, you can go ask the author of that, because, that person did research and actually hunted down people who work for AT&T and observed the closed rooms and buildings without windows. So is this the action of AT&T or GTT or Level 3 or whoever is in the middle of all this? I have no idea. All I know, it's a massive conspiracy. I mean, somebody planned this out. So what is the advantage of blocking a VPN? Well, they can say, well, there's an economic reason for that. People are doing watching movies over a VPN to get rid of geofencing. So people are watching Netflix over a VPN, from Europe, from Asia, from Australia, from wherever, and they don't want that traffic, and so they can block that by blocking the VPN. Okay, that's one reason. Or the other reason is, hey, let's ban people from doing a VPN so we can observe the traffic and find out what websites they're going to. Because that's one of the things that a VPN does. It prevents someone from seeing the traffic of where you're going, what websites you're visiting, what you're doing on your IP address. This is just crazy. Crazy, folks. So just to give you kind of a heads up of, how I'm dealing with this. So if you're on my VPN, I've done a change early today, like midday California time, where I changed the profiles for all the regions to change to be stealthy and hide from these stupid guys. And then I discovered after I did that yep, they're at it again. So they changed now, and they're hunting me down at another port. And in this case was 443 TCP. So, okay, so I made another change tonight. So if you're on my VPN, you're going to have to download it again after this broadcast, and that will restore your VPN service. If you're on my Brax router, you have to reboot your routers, and it should automatically take the update. Okay, so guys, I don't know what the logic is for trying to turn America into the Great Chinese Firewall, and silence from the government. Nobody said anything. No announcement, nothing. My gosh, what happened here? What happened here? It's clipping. Well, I'm going to stay away from the mic. I'm going to keep it away from me here. What's happening here, guys? Change of government. Suddenly, the Great Chinese Firewall. What the heck? I don't know. I'm not going to call this any kind of conspiracy theory. It's not a theory. I'm telling you the facts. The fact is somebody is intentionally blocking VPNs. Okay, so why, who, under whose auspices, why would, let me just tell you something. During the beginning of Trump's administration, they were afraid of something called net neutrality. And of course, Trump vetoed any action on net neutrality. I don't know if there was a vote, but he definitely was against net neutrality and said, leave these companies alone. And yet here we are. When he leaves office, then here comes the abuse. So here comes the abuse. Now, do you understand the seriousness of this? If somebody starts saying, we're going to start blocking the way you can have security, it's a three-letter agency behind this so that we cannot hide our internet traffic? Is that what this is about? A three-letter agency says, oh, we don't want any VPNs because they're encrypting the traffic. We don't want you to encrypt. So let's just block the VPNs. Is that what this is about? Or is it because, well, we want to make sure that we can take away one piece of traffic and then sell it to Netflix so we can give them a priority? So Netflix goes faster. We're being paid by Netflix, so Netflix can be given a better throughput, and then we will take it from someone else. And we're going to select it and say we're going to take it from people using VPNs. Is that what it is? There's a lot of theories here, and I don't really know. I'm just telling you what's happening right now. So, folks, if you're mad that the VPN isn't functioning, either my VPN or some other VPN, be aware that there's something crazy going on. So, a lot of the VPNs use port 443. TCP, so they would have been hit this afternoon. Those using port 1194, we were hit at the beginning of the week. Okay, so now they hit the second batch, so to speak. And then they're going to go hunt down lots of traffic on any port, and then they're going to find out it's VPN traffic, and who knows. Now, if we disperse, there's 65,000 ports. My traffic isn't significant. I'm a small player. Hopefully I'll be able to hide the big players. It's going to be hard for the big players to hide. Okay? It's going to be hard for them to hide because they have a lot of traffic. So, wait a minute. My power. I'm not getting power here. Hold on a second here, okay? My computer is running out of battery. And I don't want this to die in the middle of a broadcast. There we go. Okay. Whew. Thought it was another conspiracy. So this is yes, I just said Leah. Yeah, if you're on my VPN, I had to update it again, second time I had to update it. So my first update worked and then it stopped working. It's almost like, oh, you're moving it. We're going to catch you again. So it's like somebody was keeping an eye on the traffic and said, oh, the traffic moved. Oh, we're going to go to that spot and stop it there. I mean, this is crazy. We were getting throttled to 0 upload and 5 megabit up download from the usual 110. So from 100/10, we were getting 5/0. No, it is not a Linode issue. Now, there are down servers at AWS, yes, not AWS itself. There are down routers along the way, and we were blaming them because they were part of the problem, but not enough to cause all this. It doesn't drop from 100 to 5 from one of those routers. It's not going to happen. So no, it wasn't. Linode was running fine. Linode was. I tested it again with the new settings. Linode's running very fast. Okay. Do other VPNs change port regularly? No, because it's never been a problem before. Never been a problem before. So this is the first time, unless you're in China, this is the first time that we're experiencing this kind of, hacking of ports as we are here in the United States on some backbone. Who? I mean, I want to point a finger. Who? And I like to, I'm going to imagine it's, like I said, it's going to be one of the backbone ones. So that's why I'm eyeing potentially like somebody like AT&T. So someone with the infrastructure to do this. So it's crazy. Crazy. The big VPN companies experience this. Yeah, and if they're using those ports in question. If they are not using those ports in question, they may escape it. I'm going to tell you, it took 4 days for Linode to tell me, checking the network, and with us checking together, and we couldn't find any network problem until I made the traffic specifically different from 1194 UDP. Then it started to just get zucked up. Thank you, Joseph Finley. AT&T uses enterprise firewalls. So deep packet inspection is the tool that they use. Blue Coat Systems is one of the companies that put these kinds of firewalls in nation states to trap this kind of traffic. This is the kind of stuff you would expect to find in China, whatever they're using in China. But Blue Coat Systems, old Symantec company, totally docked up. Another one of these evils of the world. So, okay, so somebody is doing evil, and somebody's saying, "Oh, I'm going to turn a blind eye. I'm going to turn a blind eye." You work on AT&T equipment and cell tower industry. Are you aware of the peering stations where they have those locked rooms? Because I hear a security person from the three-letter agency has to watch you open those rooms. It's I have a friend who was doing the servicing for those, and when they have to service one of the equipment for a backbone, there's a three-letter agency person there representing. So they can't just go in there and do it by themselves. It's all authorized and watch to make sure they don't put anything or observe what's being put in there. It's crazy. Room 64 1A for AT&T. Proxy is dead, not Blue Coat. Look at Fortinet. Proxy, not Blue Coat. Proxy is dead, not Blue Coat. You mean there's something else? There are logbooks going in and out of those rooms. It's done during integration. Well, obviously, something crazy is going on, and if somebody puts a hardware that's black box, where you're not going to know what it is. Somebody says you're going to install black box over there. You're going to plug it in between the multiplexer, whatever you call those multiplexer devices for fiber, and you're going to replace it with this unit, and they plug it in. They plug this little module in, and you're going to plug that module in, and you're not going to know what it is, but there it is. Another spy device. So this is like the implications of this is, they want to do this in Australia, by the way. Australia is one of those wanting to do this. So Australia, just to give you an example of how they actually did it first in Australia. I put in a Brex router device in not a Brex router, a Tor router device in Australia some years back, and the Tor router was not behaving as it should by not giving the right IP address at the end, which should come out as a Tor node at the end. And it was not doing that. It was not giving a Tor node at the end. And I said, what's going on? As it turns out, the proxy server was built into the Telstra modem. So the modem itself had the proxy server code, so that if you go since it's now the inner layer, so when you attach it to any other external device, it comes out on the proxy, zocked up, which identifies the user. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that a government would do. This is the crazy stuff we're dealing with, and we're in America. We're in America. Why would they want to take away our freedom to have some privacy in America? It doesn't matter if you request a new IP from your ISP. What is that good going to do? They know who you are. Are you sure it was plugged in? You hate Telstra. Wow, this is like... This is one of the biggest events that have ever happened, and the implications to this is like chilling. It's a chilling effect. I mean, if they can do this, what are they going to do next? What's going to happen next? Scary, folks. This is scary. Scary. For those of you who just came in, let me, because there's 1,000 of you here right now. Let me refresh you with a story, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. At the beginning of the week, those of the people, I happen to run a VPN company, so that's why I know this. So my users started complaining about slow internet starting February 1. And then on February 1, the traffic started to go down, and it was so slow that people were making jokes like, if you want to do nothing, use a VPN, because it doesn't work. So and then people got upset and pounded our tech support and asked for refunds and so on and so forth. I mean, it's we all panicked, and in order for me to make sure that it was running right, I replaced every single server, checked the bandwidth, did all the tests using MTR, iPerf, all of these different tests to check performance, and these are the only tools we have. And then I gave up, and I said, I don't know. My ISP at the time was Linode. I said, I don't know, Linode, there's a problem here, and it's a problem on your network, so I'm going to blame you, and I'm going to move out. So I moved my servers out to another ISP yesterday. I moved it out to a different ISP yesterday. And then as soon as I moved it out, it went fast no, it didn't go fast. When I moved it to the new ISP, it started to be slow, exactly like it was on Linode. Exactly. So I said, what the heck is happening here? So it's global. It's not just one ISP. I mean, I even changed cities. I changed everything. It's global. It was in the entire U.S. It didn't matter where I put the server. I put servers in completely different cities than where it was before, and it did not work. And then what happened was, in my investigations, I said, okay, let's do another test. And that was to change the port number for the VPN from port 1194 UDP to some other number I chose. And suddenly it just flying super fast internet. Super fast. And I said, what the zuck? So somebody's obviously playing a game here. So then I said, okay, we're going to change our port. So I changed it to a public port that is very common, which is 443, which is HTTPS. And I did that, and then and it ran fast for a while. Then a few hours later, port 443 was being throttled also. Same exact behavior. It wasn't at the beginning, and then it was throttled, which means they were doing deep packet inspection. That's what it's called, where they watch every packet and see, is this a VPN traffic? If so, then we're going to throttle it. So they were throttling deep packet inspection for port 443 this afternoon. So I said, zuck. So this is going to be a cat and mouse game. So I changed to something else. And at the moment, it's fast. At the moment. Will they throttle it again? Fortunately, like I said, there are 65,000 ports. So they're going to have to hunt me down in that 65,000. If they have the resources to do it, my traffic is too small to worry about. I'm going to stay away from all the heavy traffic areas and make sure that I'm on the down low. So we're going to stay away from those. So guys, I don't care what VPN you're going to be on. You know, how do you escape this if they were using a port that's going to be detected by these guys? So some escaped it so far, but because they were not using port 1194, which is a default for OpenVPN, and most of them are on port 443, so which they started blocking too. So I mean, this is complete evil here. The big evil is we don't know why. What is their end goal? Do they want us to stop being encrypted? Yeah, 65535. So, no, I don't have any warrants on my system. Canary question. I just saw that. No, there are no warrants on anything I run. No, not a VPN, Brax, nothing. Will Tesla mobile car app work on the Google phone? Yes, it does, except for the service map. You don't get a map, but you don't need a map. You're on your Tesla. So that's why they slowed it down to find VPNs US-wide. So they're blocking VPNs. Question is, are they blocking it because people are watching movies, or are they blocking it because they want to make sure that people don't use VPNs? If they make using a VPN so unbearable, then they expect people to stop using VPNs. Now, is that the job? You see why there's a little bit of a conspiracy-minded approach to this, because who's to benefit from a VPN being stopped? Who benefits from that? Well, of course, three-letter agencies benefit from that. If a backbone ISP blocks VPNs, three-letter agencies will then say, "Oh, good, then no one will use VPN." Now they can see. Don't talk about any other VPN here. There's only one VPN, Bytes VPN. Go make your own VPN. You think it's going to be any different? Same thing. What makes your VPN different? You don't want to use your own VPN, because then you're just by yourself. You're identifying yourself. How will the quantum computers affect us in reality? That's with encryption. FDA. Come on, don't ask me questions like Google Pixel 5s. Come, stick to the topic here. In China, and actually in other places like Saudi Arabia even blocks websites like bytesvpn.com. You cannot access any website with the word VPN in it from Saudi Arabia. They don't want you to use a VPN in Saudi Arabia. Why? So they can track you. So somebody is doing that in the United States. Who's to benefit from this? Now, okay, let me give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to tell you, how economically it may make sense to do this. So I'll give them a benefit of the doubt, and let's say that you're AT&T, and you approach Netflix, and you say, okay, Netflix, we will throttle everyone else or other users and give you faster throughput. We'll be selective, net neutrality and the opposite. will favor your traffic, Netflix traffic, if you pay us. So you pay us for bandwidth, and we'll make your Netflix run very, very smoothly over the internet. And then in exchange, we will throttle some of these other traffic. Now, what's the traffic from VPN doing? A lot of VPN traffic is being used to watch movies. I don't tell you to do that, by the way. That's kind of pointless. There's no need to VPN watching a movie. I mean, you're not sending them any data. So, this is what caused them to start thinking, let's block VPNs, because you're watching movies. You're using some of these trickster VPNs to avoid geofencing. Like somebody in Europe wants to watch Netflix in the US, so they get a US VPN and think they can get away with it for a while. If that's the reason they want to do that, then okay, it's pretty stupid, but okay, I understand. It's still pretty stupid to me. It's stupid because there are 65,000 ports. So you're going to waste time now blocking 65,000 ports? It's like blocking Tor. Can you really block Tor? See, you can change any Tor port. It doesn't have to be the port that it's using. You can change Tor to go to any port. So if they say, oh, we're going to block Tor, well, how are you going to do that? If you block Tor, we just change the port. If you block VPN, we change the port. So what are you really accomplishing, you stupid zucks? So, what is this for? I think it's to make life difficult for the normal user, they think, so that you guys will not use a VPN. They want it difficult for you. So guys, if you want to succumb to this and say, oh, I'm not going to use a VPN, it's too much trouble. Or are you going to fight with me? Are you going to fight with me? Instead of canceling your subscription, fight with me. That's not true, Joseph. That's not true. So, yeah, if the government itself uses Tor. So if you block the exit now, then the government can't use Tor. Three-letter agencies use Tor all the time. Fortunately, this is not something that YouTube's going to block me for, because this is nothing to do with YouTube, nothing to do with Google even. This is not, for a change, I am not talking about MAGA FT. This is not Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, Facebook, or Twitter. It has nothing to do with any of that. Now we're talking about carriers. We're being zucked now. So we got zucked by MAGA FT. Now we're going to be zucked by carriers. My gosh. In summary, what is Tor? That was just my last video. Why don't you watch that video? So, in summary, what is Tor? In summary, go watch my last video. It's the latest video where I explain it in about as short as I can explain it. There's a long explanation video also in the past. But this is really crazy here. This is such a crazy situation, because I am fearful for what will happen. VPNs and Tor, it's one of our few protections that prevent us from being tracked by MAGA FT. So now we have to not just defend against MAGA FT, now we got to defend against carriers and three-letter agencies. Well, we can't even be private anywhere. This is crazy. Thank you, Sage Parsley. It censored your little hearts in there. So Googled for ads on your location, VPN box location. Anything cyber programmers can do to take back Apple or Windows by creating applications for non-users for other hardware. I don't know. It depends on your level here. Can you make a new OS for an iPhone? They don't open source it. That's why Android, you can do it because it's open source. Oh my gosh, it's like such a crazy day here. So anyway, fight with me, people. I know it's a lot of work to redo profiles, but I'm going to tell you something that's really easy. If you have my Brax router product, let's say you have a Brax router, which obviously wasn't functioning all week here. If you have a Brax router product, all you have to do tonight, starting tonight, is just reboot it and it will update itself. I made it so you don't have to do anything but just reboot it, and then it will self-update, and then all the new profiles will be there and it will connect. It may take a couple of reboots, but try it with one reboot first. It downloads the files and puts it into effect. And because of that, thank you, David from RI. It's a weakness in VPN. It can't automatically port hop. It's a weakness in VPN. You can have like a lot of resources. You have a lot of servers and you can actually hop, but that doesn't solve the problem. You still have to identify what ports you're going to service. And if a port's no longer being serviced, it's going to slow it down. So if something like this persists, somebody will come up with, something like a BitTorrent where it hunts 65,000 ports all day. So yeah, it may come to that. Somebody will develop that if they think they can get away with this. So at the moment, thank you, SVV. Yes, F-Droid is safe. So, can I install Ubuntu Touch on my Pixel 5? No. So, guys, what was a sham set up? I know there was after it happened. AT&T network sham set up. Well, the 8 peering stations were all the 3-letter agency, or specifically the NSA hardware is on the 8 peering stations. There are more than 8 now? It was 8. Bank of America sharing people spending receipts. Stay on topic. Are you talking about me? So, anyway, this is I'm trying to come up with some good explanation for why somebody would do this. The problem is they can't win. There are many ways to hide traffic. If they're going to hide it this way, we're going to come up with another way. It might take a little bit of time, and we may have to do some other method, but there's something else will happen. See, it's like this. You can't go beat up on one side of one half of the country like this without the other one doing this. It's natural. It's going to be chunk, chunk, chunk. It's going to come out in the middle. So nobody wins here. It's always going to, end up with any attack you do will be counterattacked. So now they attacked here, and now we'll have to counterattack. So if you have my Brax router, like I said, you can attack peacefully, because all you have to do is, if it goes down, just reboot it, and I'll take care that it auto updates, and we'll do the defense inside the Brax router, and you don't have to worry about equipment. So if you have a Brax router, then the only thing you ever have to do is a reboot. So if you're not on Brax router, obviously it's going to be more difficult. You have to download profiles from our website, install it on your device. and so on. So if you want to make it easier, just get a Brax router and, plug it in. And if it ever happens like this with a problem, well, you'll know because it'll hang. Then come to Brax Me and see what the discussion is, and we'll tell you when to reboot. So what hardware do you recommend for privacy and security? That's what I'm talking about. One of the most important elements of privacy and security is a VPN and a Brax router or Tor router. And they're trying to destroy that. They are attacking us right now. LowKeyNet is being used by Session, which I talked about in the message apps video. I'm almost scared to now. So this is crazy. So I come up with these solutions, not because we're bad guys. Look, most of you, if not all of you, are good people because that's the ones that watch my channel. Criminals don't watch my channel. I'm not here. I have a video on Skynet. Most of you watch my videos are good people and you just want your privacy from Mega FT and privacy from three-letter agencies spying on you. And now they really want to destroy that. They really want to destroy it. I mean, at what point do we just sit here and say, enough? Why isn't anyone in government talking about this? Why isn't anyone in government saying, why are you blocking the only way we as U.S. citizens can have privacy? Why? Do you hear anybody talking about this happening this week? You only heard it here. No one mentioned anything. You just want to be left alone. I want to just be left alone. I want to be able to do whatever I want on the internet and not have anyone bug me. Is that asking too much? Why would you think we're criminals just because we want some privacy? Who are you to judge us? Especially me guys. I mean, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not afraid to be targeted by three-letter agencies because I do absolutely nothing. It's more about hiding because I want to hide. I don't have anything. They can go watch whatever they want to watch. And there isn't anything interesting in what I do that will interest any three-letter agency. Nothing. I pay my taxes. I don't have any secrets. Because, it shows up on Equifax and your credit reports. But just because I have nothing to hide doesn't mean I want you to get into my life. Because I've had that in the past, as I told you, with past governments. I don't want a repeat of that. I do not want a repeat of that. There is nothing that I do that deserves hiding, but yet I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt to get my profile and say, what are you thinking? I don't want them to know what I'm thinking. It's very simple. And yet we are being denied. We are being denied this by somebody saying, some idiot somewhere thinks he's so fucking smart, saying, I'm going to block VPNs. Whoever this individual is, some CEO of some of these companies, zuck you. Lisa, thank you, but you should use Bytes VPN. Thank you, U.S. Allen. Thank you. This is like Will. Thank you. Man, this is like we're being attacked here. We're being attacked, and we're like, this is crazy. This is crazy. So right after I end this broadcast, You think I'm just going to go sleep? No, I haven't had sleep. It's so many days. I have so little sleep. Okay? Why haven't I had sleep? Because I have to go now after this broadcast and fight whoever it is that is trying to hunt the VPN down. I have to spend all my time trying to prevent them from hunting us down and hunting our infrastructure down. And we were being attacked. Well, I tested the VPN, in my new setup, and I was getting 100 download, 105 even, and 11 on the upload. We'll see how long that lasts. It's pretty impressive. 105 download, 11 upload. It's basically the same speed as without the VPN. Does your Brax router come with insurance of third-party interference hacks? My Brax router uses open source tools, and it will actually self-update anyway. I've had some issues with My Private VPN the past few days. This would explain why. Oh, if you made your own private VPN, it doesn't matter if it's private or not. They'll hunt you down. They'll hunt you down. Don't ask Patrick. Don't ask me questions personally. That's one of the things I cannot afford to do right now, guys and gals. The load on me is extraordinary. I am tired. I've been had the most stressful week ever, and on top of that, I gotta ship your phones and run a company here and try to put enough product in the store, and then on top of this, then I'm gonna get attacked like this with my main product line, which is the VPN and the Brax router. And to attack this is to attack my livelihood. So obviously this is very, very upsetting. This is the only tool we have to get some privacy. If they blocked Tor and a VPN, what the heck do we have? I answered that in the video, Rudd. Watch the video. It's the last video. I'm going to make a more pointed video about this next week. That's the one you should share, because this is just upsetting. But maybe I'll have more facts by then, because who knows what's going to happen. It's kind of early, so I talk about it now. We're still in the middle of it. I don't know how many port changes we have to make before somebody hunts us down again. It's basically like dealing with a police state hunting down VPNs. A police state hunting down VPNs. No, I do not have an affiliate program. My gosh. This is not even Google related, Varun. For once, they're not part of this. So, so right after this, like I said, I have to spend my time launching all the VPNs with all the new settings, which is running. Thank you, K-Boat. You have a boat, K-Boat. So I'm going to have to, it's running fine. I tested it, runs well, but like I said, we don't know. Will they hunt me down again? Okay, so I've changed it 3 times now. At the moment, I don't know. Some VPNs are escaping this because they're not on the popular ports. But if you're on a popular port like 1194 or 443, they are zucking with us nationwide. Again, I happen to run a VPN service. I have servers all over the world. So when something like this happens, there's no guesswork here. You can find out exactly what's going on. And, when I discovered this, I was in shock. A lot of people have been censored over the last few years. Banned bank accounts closed. You aren't alone in the fight. Thank you, Rando. So what's happening here is I can connect with a VPN right now. Yeah, go ahead, laugh. Chris24 is like, ha 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 ha! You're lying. There's no issue. Okay. Let me repeat that for those who are not paying attention. It depends on the port. Lando or Rando, whatever your name is, go look at the port number of that VPN. That VPN is escaping it because of their selection of port. It's pretty random. Most VPNs use 1194 and 443. That's what they cut out. Yes, I know some VPNs like IPVanish uses 1912. Who knows what your VPN uses? If they use something else, they will not get affected because they haven't been found yet. If they're a big VPN, they will be found. So if you don't care about what I'm saying, you're going to say, well, I don't care. Oh, my VPN is running fine. Then if you don't want to be in the fight, one of these days, soon, maybe tomorrow, your VPN is going to get hit. Now you're going to come back and say, wow, I really want to be in this fight. So don't give me like a, LOL about what I'm talking about. This is not an LOL topic. This is not about, my VPN is better than your VPN. Well, lucky you. So, yeah. The point is someone is attacking VPNs. Not my VPN, any VPN. They're attacking it. Every VPN is being, if they can find it. So depending on who it is, you may find it, you may not find it. So they'll say, we haven't found IPVanish. Yeah, because they're on 1912. Yeah, calm down, man. Yes, it just when I'm getting comments like, ha 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 ha, this is a joke. This is this guy is like full of it. It's a very serious topic. Serious, man. I don't know how much serious you can get when somebody says no more VPNs in America. You don't think that's serious when somebody says that? We're going to be Saudi Arabia? No more VPNs in America? Suck. Anyway. Yeah, for the newcomers, let me summarize again. For newcomers, this broadcast will be will end in 27 minutes. So I'm going to summarize it for you if you just showed up now. So what happened, guys, is that some ISP on the backbone, because this is all over the United States, someone is hunting down VPNs and throttling VPNs everywhere in the country. If they can hunt you down. They've throttled, and I've already proven this because I've tested it multiple times. I have many servers all over the world. I have servers in many cities in the U.S. I have tried different ports from different cities. I have changed ISPs. And it's clear that the pattern is exactly the same. It doesn't matter what city I'm on. Someone on the backbone is blocking VPNs. Someone on the backbone is blocking VPNs. First, they started out all week was port 1194 UDP. They blocked that. Today, they start blocking port 443 TCP, which is HTTPS. In order for them to distinguish between HTTPS and VPN traffic, they have to do something called deep packet inspection. PIA is slow. There. Somebody said IP vanish isn't slow, or is it TorGuard? TorGuard isn't slow because they're using 1912. They haven't been found yet. So don't be like proud to say, oh, my VPN is faster than your VPN, just because they haven't been trapped yet. Have I changed my SSL certs? I don't know what you're talking about. What does that have to do with this? Do not complain about any VPN right now. I'm telling you, every VPN is being blocked if they can hunt you down. If they haven't been hunted down, it's because they're not using a common port yet. VPNs are legal in the United States. Yo. Apparently not. You didn't vote for this, but there's a new law, apparently, that we don't know about. They don't want a VPN in the United States. TorGuard is now down? You mean they spotted port 1912? I'm telling you guys, all the VPNs are going to go down. They're going to hunt everyone down. So this is not going to be the first time you're going to hear this. You're going to start seeing all of your VPNs be hunted down, and they're going to be shut down one by one. And then you're going to have to go do some configuration changes, and you're going to be, changing something because they're hunting down, especially the big VPNs. So I'm a small VPN. I don't have much traffic. They're not going to notice my traffic. So hide with me. My VPN is very small. My VPN is small. My traffic is not detectable because there's not that much of it. Okay, but if you have large traffic from, the big ones like PIA, NordVPN, all that, IP vanish. If you have large amounts of traffic, with millions of users, they're going to spot those and they're going to go, find out what their ports are and hunt them down. I'm too small. If you have my Brax router, you don't have to worry. I'll change the ports. You reboot, you'll be back on. I'm too small. My VPN is too small. I'm not advertising except for this channel. By the way, I've refused advertising already in this channel. I've already been asked to be sponsored by NordVPN, PIA, and some other small ones. Okay, I've already been asked to allow sponsorship by VPN company. Of course, I don't do that because I have a VPN myself. So I don't want you to start looking at other VPNs. Yes, my VPN is small. We're not going to be found. We're too small. So stick with me and we'll fight this. If you're with some other VPN, I don't know. It's going to be a difficult battle for the entire VPN industry. It's going to be a very difficult battle for everyone with a VPN. What is that? You paid for your VPN with BTC. What difference does that make? It doesn't matter what you paid for it. The service will shut down if they find the port. The service will shut down if they find the port. Somebody's actively shutting down VPNs. This is crazy. Someone is actively shutting them down. Why? You tell me. Go tell your congressman. Why is somebody shutting down VPNs in the United States? Do you want us to turn into a communist country? Do you want the Great Wall of China? The Great Firewall of China? Are you trying to set up the Great Firewall of China in the United States? Is that what you're doing? Tell that to your congressman and say, "Fuck you." You don't have to tie your credit card to a VPN. I take any kind of payment on a VPN, including BTC. But it doesn't really matter since there's no logs anymore. We don't know what your traffic is. So imagine, they can come up and say, "Oh, we'll use the Patriot Act and go invade your server," but then they said, "Oh, none of us are having logs, so they can't really do that either." So now they're saying, "Let's just block VPNs. Let's just block freedom in America. Block freedom in America." This is like corrupt. This is about as corrupt as I can think of. Block VPNs in America. Prevent average everyday Americans from getting some privacy. Preventing us from getting privacy. Zucked up. This is war, yes, but not violent. Don't come and tell me I'm promoting violence here. That's not what we're talking about. We are talking about free speech, speaking out. Things are changing, folks. I mean, this is just a bad sign. This is just a terrible bad sign. And here we are into a new administration. And the first thing that happens days after the election, the change of president, days after, this is one of the first things that are happening. And that is for somebody to say, "We are going to kill your VPNs." This is a personal attack on each and every one of you. This is an attack on our privacy in a big way. This is very serious. I mean, to attack a VPN is saying you don't have any right to privacy. We think you're all criminals. This is like accusing each and every one of us of a crime, saying you're all criminals, so you can't use a VPN. So, number one, we're being accused, even though the Fourth Amendment says we have a right against improper search and seizure. We're going to say, "Oh, we're going to assume you're guilty. No Fourth Amendment for you. We're going to assume you're guilty. So we're going to block your VPNs because the Five Eyes want that." I mean, I don't know. This makes me really angry. I don't know about you guys. This makes me really, really angry. Again, if you think your VPN is safe, think again. This is total. They're throttling every single VPN. I am operating outside of the United States. It doesn't matter. The blocking is happening in the United States. Although I have to tell you, my foreign servers are working well in the United States. That's because they don't know it's a VPN if it's coming from a different country. Wow. It's crazy. I mean, the multiple things that are happening. It's like punch, 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 and then we're being punched again. And we're going to just go take it. Punch, punch to our freedom. We're going to punch you again. So now this is happening. incredible. Incredible state of affairs. Just your VPN is the problem. I don't need one. Well, of course you don't need one. Because everyone knows everything about you already. That's one of the... Sorry, guy. Sorry, but that's a pretty stupid comment. That's such a stupid comment. I don't know what to say. Okay? Unfortunately, I wish there was a way to not use a VPN, to not get tracked and profiled. Unfortunately, there isn't a way to do that. You have to use either Tor or a VPN as one of the required tools for privacy. It doesn't work without it. You need it. The other way to do it, and you can, if you want to do this, is you drop your DSL connection and go sell data all the way. Yeah, we don't need a VPN. Just your VPN. It's like... It's like... Watch my video on VPNs. So... So this is... I had sushi. I didn't have kimchi. Tor is hard to use with CAPTCHAs. Well, yeah, CAPTCHA is another way to, make it hard on you. Oh, we want to make it so difficult for people to use Tor that you don't use Tor. Who benefits from this? 3-letter agencies. Okay, it wouldn't surprise me if the government says, okay, we're going to fund you, Backbone Company, AT&T or whoever. We're going to give you, $1 billion if you start blocking VPNs so that we can help the 3-letter agencies. Wouldn't surprise me. That could happen too. Have they started blocking in Canada? I don't have any. I'm only seeing traffic being blocked in the United States. RSSTTK, you pay what you want. I'll give you a subscription as you want. You want a subscription for a week? Pay a weekly rate. I don't care. I'll just expire at the end of that. Now that's another topic. Why the VPN does not let you torrent? Because torrent is such an evil thing. They turn it evil. Let me just explain that, because that deserves a little bit of explanation. Yes, I do not allow BitTorrent on my network. And the reason is, when you download a movie from BitTorrent, who do you think you're downloading from? When you're downloading a movie, or if you watch people download a movie from you, who do you think you're dealing with? Are you thinking you're dealing with other people who want to watch a movie? No. What's happening, guys, is most of the traffic on BitTorrent are agents of the copyright holders. They're agents. So they go on the internet and start downloading the movies that they're trying to protect. And if they find that they can download a movie, then they say, okay, we got the IP address. Let's hang those folks. So if you think, yes, it's a deal killer, do not come to my go to NordVPN and PIA if you want to use BitTorrent. Do not come to my VPN, because that's the biggest privacy mistake ever. If you want to protect your privacy, do not use BitTorrent. If you want your privacy invaded, because you think you're downloading from some benign person, you're downloading from the copyright holder so they can sue you. Entrapment. Oh yes, entrapment. Yes. So torrent is now the entrapment machine. Torrent is. Do you even know how many torrent DMCA notice I get? It's like every day I get a DMCA notice, and you want that? So you're downloading from people who are just trying to entrap you, and you say, "Oh, I love BitTorrent. Oh, I love that." Well, to stay away from my network, go to PIA, go to NordVPN. Why don't you stream a video from some source? Streaming is not downloading. Why don't you stream it? Don't use BitTorrent. If you stream it, the website's responsible, not you. Stream it. Do not download it. Thank you, Pandotti. What do you think about Winston Privacy? Winston Privacy is just like, I have a deeper VPN. The problem with these devices, Winston and deeper VPN, which are decentralized VPNs, is that they will be blocked too, by the way. But the problem with these devices is that if somebody does BitTorrent on them, you're going to be zucked. Somebody is going to get you sued for doing BitTorrent on their computer on your network. So it's pretty crazy. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm not installing deeper VPN, because I'm afraid of that, because a DMCA notice will get, $50,000 lawsuit, and people are downloading these things just to download bad stuff. So if you're trying to get a VPN, not for privacy, but to think you can escape by using BitTorrent, use Tor. Don't use BitTorrent on a VPN where you're identified. This is about privacy. This sucks if you can't stop a DMCA. Again, go to somebody else. Let them deal with DMCA. I don't. My job is to protect your privacy. If you want to cheat, that's somebody else's VPN. Cheat on somebody else's VPN. This VPN is not for cheaters. It's for people who want privacy. We'll leave the cheaters on somebody else's VPN. How can we help globally? If you subscribe to me and support the VPN, then you're supporting our fight. If you abandon me and say, "I want my money back," then you're abandoning the fight. Because I got to get resources to go fight this. Okay, so yes, I want my VPN for those people. I don't want scammers. I don't want spammers. I don't want any of that kind of people. I don't block any of that. So at the moment, the only thing that we don't allow is one simple thing. You can do anything else. You cannot use BitTorrent because it's just a entrapment. Yes. If you want to get entrapped, use BitTorrent. You think you're so smart using BitTorrent. Okay? So Tor for BitTorrent. Just because it has the word torrent in there, you think they're connected. Tor is not torrent, my friend. It's not connected at all. Tor is the onion router. Now, what does that have to do with a torrent? Nothing. BitTorrent is a peer-to-peer network. I use torrent and I'm proud of it. Yes, fine. Just stay away from my VPN. Go to. How about this? Try it without a VPN. BitTorrent user, try it without a VPN. Have fun. So some of you are using BitTorrent and you're saying, I'm not going to use BitTorrent without a VPN. Why? Because you're going to get caught. So I'm going to let somebody else get caught. Okay? Let me deal with it. Right? Okay? So, yeah. Don't come to my VPN. Don't come to my VPN. We don't want that. We want just cool people. Cool people come to my VPN or use my Brax router products. The uncool people, we don't want that. DMCA is a copyright violation notice. Digital Millennial Copyright Act or something like that. Go Google DMCA, which results in a lawsuit from the copyright holder. They don't identify the VPN when BitTorrent. They time you, Zuckers. They say you downloaded Wonder Woman. at this clock time, and then they say who was on the VPN at that clock time, or else. You think you're doing this without some sort of identification. They are identifying you. So don't do it. Oh, Section 230. Oh no, that's a different topic. Okay, so anyway, this is a weird conversation. Thank you, Angela Ruiz. Wow, Rules, Andrew Rules. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, yeah, don't be proud of the fact that you're a BitTorrent user. That's not something to be proud of. It's like saying, well, I don't want to pay for media. I'm going to steal it. And I'm not going to get caught because I'm using a VPN. I'm not telling you to steal things with a VPN. That's not what a VPN is for. It's for privacy, not for stealing content. If you're going to steal content, go to Nord. They're great for that. Don't abandon me. That's all I'm saying, guys. That's how you help me. Do not abandon me. It's going to be a tough fight with a VPN. It's going to be a tough fight. We're going to be fighting this all the way. It's not going to be easy to get privacy. I'm going to tell you. There's always this battle, back and forth. So you fight for privacy. Somebody wants to take it from you. No, do not use any other VPN. I am not promoting any other VPN, Christine Monte, except for Bytes VPN. It's a link in the description. Come to my site on Braxme. Braxme, by the way, was overwhelmed with so many users. And today was so slow, and then I had to double my servers. So today I've doubled the servers. So Braxme is growing so fast. So it's a lot of people. So thank you, Knockface. Are you familiar with Beaker browser? No, I'm not. I mean, anyone can make a browser, unfortunately. So there could be 10 million names. They just take the open source, make a minor change, and then release it. So, I tell you to use multiple browsers. I don't necessarily distinguish between each one. I would boycott, except I don't know who to boycott. Thank you, Brad. I would boycott, but I don't know who is causing this. I don't know who to fight. Somebody needs to put this in Congress and do an investigation. Oh, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. Somebody can do an investigation and call them to a committee and say, oh, we want to find out what are you doing to steal the privacy of Americans. You think it's going to happen? No. Now you're going to think to yourself, who is for you and who is against you? Start thinking about that. Who is actually for us here? No one. This is utter craziness, folks. No one is for us. We have to fight this ourselves. Don't abandon me, folks. I mean, this channel is sustained by those who use the VPN and a Brax router. And it's going to be a fight. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be inconvenient because we got to fight this. But if you have a Brax router, all you have to do is reboot. I'll take care of the details from this. Congress needs to hear this. Yes, somebody has to hear this. Oh, by the way, I'm running out of time, but I'm going to tell you in the last minute. Somebody's going to say I'm a conspiracy theorist for what I'm telling you, even though this is factual. I have tested this on port 1194. I have tested this on port 443. I've tested this on multiple ports. I can see what they're doing. They're throttling the upload portion. It's on my store is on my site, Braxme. This just anyway. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. This is like the craziest day ever, craziest week, and it's still going on. It's still going on. This is not over. Hopefully, I'll have more data when I do a video on for Thursday. So I make the videos on Tuesday. So hopefully, I'll have more time to research this and get more factual data. In the meantime, please report to me if your VPN is slowing down, and let me know. It's not DDoS, it's throttling. Throttling is a capability that I've had for many, many years. It's called throttling. Because you opened my eyes and gave me options. Thank you, Joan of Arc. Thank you so much, guys. I have a PayPal account, rob@brax.me. So if you want to contribute to that, I appreciate it. I have a Patreon account as well, which is a link in the description. Ross, thank you, Ross. Thank you, Ross. Thank you so much. This is crazy, crazy battle here. Crazy, crazy battle. And, I'm not sleeping in the fight here. I'm fighting every moment for you. Yes, thank you, Lisa. Civil disobey. I'm fighting. Sleep. That's what I'm. In order to fight this and to do the research, I care so much that I don't care how many servers I have to spend money on, and I've been doing that. And I have so many servers on different places just to be able to test something. And I spend the money on the servers just because we need to find out what's going on. So, it's really, really a hard thing, and it's a lot of time spent doing this. Keep that. I can't show that here, Mad Cow. YouTube will ban me, so we don't want that. Thank you, Kent. So, guys, sorry about my store. I don't have any phones on there, not because we don't have funny phones, but I haven't had time. I'm prioritizing here. We got lots of phones. I mean, I got a stack right next to me here. I got a stack behind me of phones as well. So I got a lot of phones. So we got Pixel 3s and some Pixel 4s and XLs, Pixel XLs, and many more models coming next week. So pick G7 Plus. So I'm getting every model. So we're gonna get you the phone. So don't worry about the phones. I put a lot of phones in the store. It got sold out. I have not put it in. Unfortunately, PinePhone people are getting really upset because the PinePhone is not working. I do not have Venmo. I just have PayPal, which is rob@brax.me. So thank you, my friends. Thank you. I appreciate it. Help me fight this. This is a terrible situation we're in. Your VPN, whoever your VPN product is. Thank you, Nicholas Reynolds. Do you think the Librem 5 is okay for someone just learning to use Linux? If you're learning Linux, a Linux phone is good. If you're not learning Linux, you want to use it for daily use, no, it's not ready. So thank you, my friends. So I will catch you again. Watch out for the next video. I'm going to focus on this and tell you what the real story is once I get more of an update. Thank you and good night. And I'll be on Brax.me, and then you can, if you have a VPN from me, the servers, I'll just test the servers to make sure that they're up and running tonight with the new settings. Thank you very much. Good night.